Greetings. Today we begin the sounding of the sixth trumpet from Revelation chapter 9, verses 13 through 21. In the last lesson, we considered the sounding of the fifth trumpet, which was the first woe. Satan was given authority to open the shaft of the abyss and unleash his demonic forces upon the earth. These demonic forces came forth in the shape of locusts and afflicted all the men upon the earth that did not have the seal of God with torments as the sting of a scorpion for a time period 7 months in length. Death was desired above life by those thus tormented, but certainly was not found by any of them. That brings us to the consideration of the sounding of the sixth trumpet, which is the second woe which has been predicted. Revelation 19, verses 13 through 21 say, "And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar which is before God, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, Loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates, or Euphrates, as some people say. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouth issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these three was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils or demons, and idols of gold, and silver, and brass, and stone, and of wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornications, nor of their thefts." Now, verse 13 literally says, the sixth messenger, he blew a trumpet, and I heard a voice, one out of the four horns of the golden altar, the one before the God, saying to the sixth messenger who had the trumpet, You release the four messengers, the ones having been bound and remaining so upon the great river Euphrates. And the four messengers, they were being released, the ones having been readied and remaining so unto the hour and the day and the month and the year, in order that they may kill the third part of the men. In response to the sounding of this sixth trumpet, John hears a voice giving instructions to the messenger who sounded this sixth trumpet. In Revelation 8, 3 through 4, we were introduced to a messenger who came and stood upon the golden altar. And I submit it must be the same messenger, or maybe one just like him, who now speaks. The command is issued to release four messengers who have been bound and remain bound in or upon the great river Euphrates. Now, the river Euphrates was the border of ancient Egypt and the boundary of the land promised to God in Genesis 15:18. Someone else has noted its relation to all the great evil catastrophes of history. It was associated with the fall in Eden. It was associated with the first murder of Abel by Cain. It was the source of the great idolatry concerning the Tower of Babel. Some have even taken this as a veiled reference to the protection of those sealed in chapter 7. The river Euphrates being the boundary of effect. as the Israelites in Goshen were separated in Egypt during the plagues.